Welcome to my first YouTube video. If you've come here from my TikTok account, which is shown right here, my goal here is to start learning more editing and posting longer, more detailed content. So without further delay, let's get into the video. As you can tell, this is a video about my bungee-powered catapult I built for my EDF jets. Again, this video is something I've already posted on my TikTok, but I wanted to come here and give it some more detail and length and show you exactly what goes into the setup and operation of this catapult.
That works.
So before I get into the specifics of the catapult, I actually wanted to just introduce this DJI Phantom 3 I actually got from my girlfriend's mom. It's a relatively old drone, but it's still got a pretty good camera and gimbal on it, so this is what I'll be using to show the setup. First things first is to get the drone up and set to position to record all of the setup. I don't think this drone records audio, and even if it did, all you'd probably hear is just the prop wash and the hum of the motors. So the catapult that I built, it is collapsible because I live in an apartment, so I don't have a ton of room to store a fully assembled ramp, so it does break down into two pretty easily transportable pieces. Each half of the ramp simply just unfolds and is held in place with a series of latches. I also have a single cap screw that goes in the middle for support and locks the whole thing in place. The rails are coated in basically just plumbing insulation for pipes. I stapled it to the wood and it stays in place pretty well and is used to protect the bottom side of the wings of the jets. To secure the two halves of the ramp together, both the front and back ends have some white PVC piping. This is used to insert a dowel, which is then held in place using a thumb screw. I have one dowel on the front and one dowel on the back, and I can also use this to widen the actual span of the ramp to accommodate for different size airplanes. You can see here I'm just inserting the front dowel and attaching the two legs together, and I will repeat the same process for the back of the ramp. The other half to this system is the bungee connection system. One end goes out into the field and is secured to the ground with a stake. The back end behind the ramp, that contains the quick release. Again, that's another stake into the ground, which I'm hammering in here. And the quick release just has a string and a key ring tied to it. So once I get ready to launch it, I just pull the string and the quick release fires. The last step here is to stretch out the bungee and stake it into the ground, and this will effectively arm it. This is just for the first time setup. All the other setups for subsequent launches, I will manually pull the bungee back and connect it to the quick release. I'm using a fish scale here. I've found that 11 kilograms of weight is the exact tension that I need to launch pretty much all of my jets, so I've stretched that out, mark it, and stake it into the ground. Once everything is set up and the plane is on the ramp, I give it about 3/4 throttle and then get prepared to pull the quick release. Once the plane leaves the ramp and drops a tow line, I punch full throttle and fly it off normally. This bungee powered system works so much better than the hand launch method that I had to do previously. These are belly lander jets, so they don't have retractable gear or anything, which means you typically have to hand launch them and land them on the grass on their bellies. I had a bad track record with some of my hand launches, so I finally got fed up and built a system to deal with it. After a nice gentle landing, I go back over to my drone controller, fly it over there, give a quick inspection of the jet. Everything looks good, and fly it back to home base. This is definitely a great system. It's easy to transport, easy to use, takes a little bit to set up, but it's definitely worth the success. If you've made it to the end of the video, thank you for watching. As mentioned, all of my content up until this point is already posted to my TikTok, shown here on the screen. So feel free to head on over there and watch a couple of those videos. I plan to continue putting out longer, more detailed content like this from time to time.